Morning, welcome to the All Season Anglers YouTube channel. Hope you're doing well and staying safe. Today is the second trip of the new year. Let's hope it's a little bit more fruitful than my last session. Today I am going to be heavy lure fishing for pike. It's not something that I'm particularly confident with, and to be honest, I've never caught a fish on a heavy lure. But watching channels like DB Fishing sort of inspires me. I've got a great selection of lures. They just sit in the box and they sort of intimidate me a bit. So today I've just brought my heavy setup with me and my heavy lures, and I'm just going to do a few hours on my local stretch to see if I can catch anything on them. I've got some jerk baits, I've got some swim baits, softs, so I've got a good selection. It's very cold this morning, as it has been for the last few days, so hopefully we could the silvers and that have started to shoal up, and the pike are nearby and I can find them. Also, if you're new to the channel, welcome. You know, I tend to put out videos every week. This year I'm going to be putting out quite a few more sort of tutorials, and asking you, the subscribers, as well, to let me know what you'd like to see. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button and the notification bell. You should see this below, just so you know when I upload my next video. But I think we're just getting to the next spot, so I will catch up with you shortly once I'm all set up. So I'm going to start with a soft paddle tail. The water's looking fairly good actually. There's a bit of flow in it, but the colour seems to be dropping out, and it's looking good. So without further ado, let's carry on. So nothing in the first swim. Just gonna carry on walking today. I feel we will be covering a lot of bank, just to try and locate where they are. You know, when lure fishing, obviously it's all about covering as much water as possible, trying to locate where the bait fish are, and then obviously if the bait fish are there, the predator should be close by. So we'll just pop up to further upstream and see if there's anything in the next swim. So it's quite a nice looking swim here. This is where the backstream enters back into the canalised part of the Kennet. So you think that the predators be sat here at the junction waiting for stuff to come past. Well, I've tried a few swims, nothing at the moment, but it's still early. Again, as I've said earlier, it's very much about covering as much ground as possible. I'm just going to walk up to a small lock on the stretch, so there's a nice big slap there which hopefully will hold some fish. This sort of canalised bit is still pushing through, still got a fair flow going through it, and because it's so straight there's no slacks, so it's very difficult to see where to target the pike. You know, it's very difficult to judge where they're going to be sitting, because obviously they don't like heavy flow, they don't want to waste energy, so they tend to find the slacks or slower moving water just so that they can conserve their energy and ambush any fish, prey fish that come past. So it's just really just trying to find those likely spots. You know, as you can see, the canal and river trust have absolutely demolished a lot of the banks, cutting down the trees, a lot of the overgrowth and that, which would be natural holding spots, which is making it that much more difficult as well. So as you can see, this is this part over here is where I've just walked up from where I've parked. You can see the back stretch where it joins the main part of the canal, and you can see the difference in flow. So I'm going to chuck a few here, you know, on the premise that this water on the right hand side is much slower. You can see the crease coming down here, so my feeling is that the pike will be sat this side of the crease in the slower flow, waiting to ambush anything that gets pushed past in the flow from the feeder stream. So let's see. Spot looks really nice. Massive reed bank on the far side, no flow. Let's see. So here we are, it's that time to try this amazing dodo punisher lure. I'm just a bit scared, I don't want to lose this, so I'm going to be very tentative with it. So I've moved now up to the top of the lock. No success so far, not seeing any bait fish moving. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a matter of just trying to cover as much water as I keep saying, and hopefully can find one. You know, I've been trying softs, hard baits, slow retrieves, fast retrieves. So I've switched over now to sort of a darker lure. I've been using that sort of baitfish silver fox shad, but the water's pretty clear. I think it might be a little bit too bright, so I've gone for a motor oil gunky. Just see if that's just not so much in their face. Got a really nice large tail, causes a lot of disturbance. Trying to fish it along the crease where the river splits. So I'm going to work my way now back to the car. Just a couple more swims we'll drop into, and then we're going to drive over to my syndicate stretch of the Kennet, and have a go over there. Before Christmas I had a couple of nice pike out the weir pool, one on dead baits and one on lure, so let's see if he's still there. Just need to get a bend in my rod for 2021. It's getting very frustrating. It's now probably been 6 weeks since I've caught a fish, and as we all know, it becomes very demoralising. You start second guessing yourself, you know, am I doing it right? Am I using the right gear? Am I making the right approach? But sometimes that is, you know, that is what's happening. But there is also a lot of times where it doesn't matter what you do, the fish just aren't biting, or they're just not in that area. And talking to other anglers, it has been very hard the last few weeks. In our area, I can't say for other areas of the country, but definitely down in this sort of Berkshire, Oxfordshire way, bites are few and far between for the specimen guys. So you just got to keep plugging away, and at some stage they're going to come back on the feed. Especially obviously as we're coming into breeding season, spawning season for fish as well. You know, they need a bit of weight on them for that process, so fingers crossed we find them soon. So we've now come up to my syndicate stretch, as I will have a fish in the weir pool. Trying just got a short walk along this canalised part of the Kennet. Still pushing through quite a bit, but let's have a couple of chucks around here, see what's going on. So we are back at the syndicate stretch. You might recognise this from a couple of my other videos. I've had a couple of pike out of here, one on deads and one on lures, so let's see how today fares. Well, last chance saloon, back on my little local pool. Let's see if we can winkle one out here. Not holding up much hope, but it's worth a try. Yes, finally. Oh no.